I'm a 7-year school board member at Southeast of Salina. As I've served on the school board there, I have seen that there's a need for somebody to stand up for our kids and our teachers and our schools. And so I've learned everything I can, and there's still lots more to learn. But I decided that I would take the step and stand up for what I believe in, and I believe very strongly in the public school system in Kansas. And I think we have hardworking teachers, and I think that they're getting bashed by people in the media, and I am tired of it, and I'm going to stand up for what needs to be stood up for. So I have lots to learn, and I have plans to just keep on learning as I go. So that's me. I appreciate your vote on the Thursday.
I am Dina Horst, and this is a very familiar place for me because I serve here a lot. And in fact, Thursday I'll be back and down that hall somewhere. But at any rate, I've taught for most of you, I think, know, for 39 years in this district. And that, I believe, shows you that there is a commitment to education of kids and to my former colleagues, because I've observed much of the same thing Carol's talking about. And this particular position is one that I have watched for a long, long time, and finally thought, you know, that it's an open seat. I want to put my hat back in the ring. I have the experience of 16 years as a legislator as well. One thing that I do believe that as a teacher, I've served on site councils, I've been on the school improvement team, and I know what kind of time commitment there is in all of that. I think that can be beneficial when I'm elected. I also believe that there are other things for me to learn. I don't think I know it all. I have watched very closely when I was in the legislature. I watched very closely the state school board. As a matter of fact, they were just down the street from us. And I didn't always agree with what was going on there either. So my intent is to listen to each of you, your experience, and take that information from every school district, everyone that's involved in schools, the patrons. I want to know what everyone is thinking, and I want to take that to the state board and work with the legislators as well. I think that's an issue that those legislators, as a legislator, I don't remember ever having a school board member talk to me. And I think that's sad, because in our roles, we're a team, and we should be talking about what's going on in each of our respective roles. So my intent is to work with my former colleagues and try to make that kind of teamwork happen. I would appreciate your vote, and thank you very much for inviting me to be here.
My name is Gary Schwarzenegger. How many of us in the room like the idea of the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? Let's engage by raising our hands high in the air. Life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, like that. How many of us like the idea of the state of Kansas balancing its budget? I like that. Now, How many of us like the idea of that budget being balanced on our backs? The back of education, the back of increased local property tax. That's all I'm going to say. My name is Gary Schwarzenegger. I'm a Democrat. It's okay to vote for Democrats? I ask you for your vote.
Hi folks, I'm J.R. Clays, the Republican running for state representative in the 69th district. That is largely West Salina and Northwest Saline County. My mother is a first grade teacher. My brother is a school psychologist in the Mays School District. I take the funding of our schools very seriously, personally. I'm going to work hard to make sure that we aren't balancing the budget on the backs of our teachers and educators and those who are providing a quality education right here in Salina. So I am committed to that, and I would appreciate your vote on November 6th. Thanks.
First of all, I would like to thank everyone for the opportunity to be here today. I think it's marvelous that you put this together so that we can address you, one of the most important people in our children's lives, the teachers. I am an education candidate. That is one of the top priorities of my candidacy, and that's what I'm going to strive for. We have to be sure that the funding remains there and that our kids can have a quality education from qualified teachers such as the ones that are sitting here before me now. I visited with Mr. Hall, and he gave me the whole rundown of the school finance formula so that I can fully understand that. My candidacy will be, after elected, that I have an open door policy where each and every one of you email, call, visit. I'm in the neighborhood. I'm right by Hughesner School. I watch the little kids go to school every morning. Fixed a flat tire on a bicycle one morning for a little girl so she could get to school. This is what's really important to me. The second one would be job creation. I am a realtor, and I have worked with people who have lost their homes due to job loss. Sometimes I feel that I've been a counselor, and I'm willing to do that because I think oftentimes government forgets the human side of what politics is all about. I visited OCCK, and already they are having to look at perhaps some layoffs. And I'm not going to be the person who tells the mother of a 5-year-old daughter who can only move her finger that perhaps she will not any longer have the apparatus where she can stare at a screen and it says a word so she can communicate with her mom and her dad. This will not happen, trust me. I have 40 years of experience in management and leadership, international markets, real estate, banking. It's diversified. When you've been married 51 years, you learn how to do a lot of things. Again, thank you so much, and I would really appreciate your vote November 6th. I'm counting on it. If I haven't stopped by your house yet, I'll be there. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Alan Joka, candidate for the 71st District. One of the things that I bring to the table, I've been a classroom teacher for 3.5 years. When I graduated from Notre Dame, I moved to Mexico and got a job as an ESL teacher. And I remember one day we were in a kind of a teacher training setting, and this guy was lecturing, talked about how in Mexico, traditionally, teaching has been a near volunteer endeavor. And the guy in front of me leaned over to the guy next to him and whispered, "What do you mean, it still is?" And I tell that anecdote to say that I'm aware there are a lot of places in society where teachers are not fully respected. And I would suggest that one of those places at the moment is in Cedar Crest. As evidenced here a few weeks ago, the governor got together a task force to study education, but somehow managed to leave educators off the group entirely. And I also taught Spanish in grad school for a semester at Vanderbilt and then a semester at Tennessee State University. And then I taught a Spanish class one semester at Kansas Wesleyan some years back. So I think I have a good appreciation of the issues that are at stake in education, and certainly would do my best to support teachers and the education process. One other thing I'd like to say, the governor is fond these days of saying that we have a choice in Kansas between growing the government or growing the economy. And I think that's a false choice given the fact that over 70% of our state budget is education related. Thank you.